fear of abandonment is one of the most powerful fears. It is intense, but for most people, they're not even aware it's there. It is subconscious. It is below the surface. It only shows up when they're in an intimate relationship. So let me go back. Complex trauma basically is a child feeling abandoned. So they're neglected, they're abused, they feel all alone in the world. They feel abandonment. And I think abandonment is probably the most intensely painful emotion. Because basically what it says is, I am a zero. I must be worth nothing, that nobody is here for me, that nobody wants to connect with me. And so what that does is produces huge shame. I'm a zero. But it also produces a deep fear of abandonment. So you've got two dynamics going on here that are so important to understand. What does deep shame say? Everybody who gets to know me will abandon me. What does fear of abandonment say? I can't have anybody abandon me. I can't go through that pain again. I have to prevent being abandoned. So you're split. I'm going to be abandoned, but I can't be abandoned. And that is what is working out in the lives of people with complex trauma. So this fear of being abandoned again, with this belief that I will be abandoned again, creates huge problems for people as they come into adult life. So the first problem is a person who's abandoned, basically, everybody's going to abandon me because the two people that brought me into the world abandoned me. So that means everybody gets to know me will abandon me. So now they twist everything that happens in life to fit that script. So they will distort what a person says, how they talk to them, that they didn't talk to them, how their tone of voice, the wording, all of that will be twisted to be, they don't like me, they're about to abandon me. So they get all of these justifications for it in their own mind that they quickly go to. They don't even acknowledge that I have a fear of abandonment. They just go, that person doesn't really love me. They're just using me. That's easy to go there. That sounds good. That's what I'm going to say. Or, oh, that person's being nice to me. They're probably talking behind my back. They're going to abandon me. They don't seem too excited to be around me today. Yesterday they were. Their eyes lit up when I came around. Today their eyes didn't light up. Oh, they're getting tired of me. They're going to abandon me. They're always saying nice, validating things to me. I bet you they've got like 100 filters in their brain that they filter out all the things they wish they could say to me, and they only say positive, encouraging things. Oh, they're talking to somebody over there. They're laughing. They're having such a good time. They didn't do that when they talked to me. So that must mean they want to be with them more than me. They're going to abandon me. So all of these systems get set up in the brain that drive you to the same conclusion over and over again. They're going to abandon me. But then it goes deeper than that. People with fear of abandonment who conclude that everybody's going to abandon them actually can drive people away. They create abandonment scenarios. They push people to abandon them. So they get super needy, super clingy, super demanding. They smother people not wanting to be abandoned. They try to control people so they won't abandonment. Well, what happens? They create what they fear. People get sick of it and they just set a boundary and they pull away from them. They create abandonment. Or they have healthy people in their life and they don't feel normal with healthy people. So they just ghost them. They cut them out of their life because they get too afraid. They don't know how to relate to healthy people. Or some go to playing games and testing people once they get in a relationship. So they kind of give them a cold shoulder for a day. And basically what they're saying is, I wonder if they're going to come back. I'm going to push them away. Let's say if they stay away. Because if they stay away, yep, they were going to abandon me anyways. Or they go, you don't really love me. I don't think you really love me. And they just are pushing. You got to tell me constantly that you love me or else you're going to abandon me. Or they keep putting themselves down. I'm such a terrible catch. I don't know why you want to be with me. Look at all my flaws. Anybody else would leave me. And they do that game with the person. Or they go, you know what? I'm surprised you're not with that person. They're just so much better than I am. And it's almost like they're just testing to see if that person, their partner, will start looking at that person and paying attention, because that will then fit their script that everybody's going to abandon me. But then there's another piece to this that happens with those who have been abandoned. They haven't connected with anybody as a child. Anytime they tried to connect, they got hurt. So they concluded connection was a bad thing. But more than that, they never got any healthy tools to connect. And so now when they come into a relationship, they're afraid to connect. If I connect, I'm going to get hurt. So I will try to have pseudo intimacy in a relationship. But the other person goes, no, we need to connect to have a healthy relationship. And the other person keeps trying to connect. But the person who's been abandoned just remains emotionally available. They just remain pseudo intimacy only. And the other person gets tired of trying to connect and not being able to connect, and abandonment gets created. Another thing that happens for people who have been abandoned is they develop unhealthy expectations about what not being abandoned looks like. So they actually come into relationships with all these expectations that you have to do this if you're not going to abandon me, and they set up abandonment again. So one of the things is, and this can be very subtle, a very subconscious thing, they might not even say it, but it's there, you must only love me. If you have any other friends, if you're close to your family, that means you don't love me. That means you're going to abandon me. You must never have a flaw. You must never fail me once. If I can find a flaw in you, if you fail me once, then you're going to abandon me. So I am going to be looking for flaws. I am going to be giving you careful scrutiny. And what happens is, for people who have been abandoned, they will create flaws. Just say, okay, not a safe person. Nope, they're going to abandon me. You must give me constant validation. If you don't constantly praise me, validate me, delight in me, then that means you don't find me attractive. That means you are going to abandon me. You must never set boundaries with me. If you say no to me, that means you're abandoning me. You must give me constant attention whenever I want it. If you don't give me constant attention, if you develop your own hobbies, if you develop time with your friends, that means you're losing interest in me, and that means you're going to abandon me. You must never give me constructive criticism. You must never point out flaws in me. You must never get annoyed with me. That proves you find me unlovable and that you're planning to leave me. I would say that this fear of abandonment is one of the biggest issues for people coming out of more severe complex trauma. The problem is most aren't even aware of it. It operates in the subconscious. But when it gets triggered, they go to anger, they go to lashing out, they go to behaviors to try to prevent their shame being exposed, try to prevent being abandoned, and they can do a lot of damage. And so learning to heal this deep abandonment wound is a key element of healing in recovery.